may, I would like to tell you a true story. A story about a house that had a bad room, what they call in Ireland a bad room. It had an atmosphere. People were loath to go into it. They didn't wish to have anything to do with it. And if people heard about this room and they wanted to go and see it, the people of the house would say, please don't go near the room. And if you do go near the room, always go with something, because it has some sort of fatal attraction to draw those people in. And people would open the door and let people look into the room. And the sense of attraction to that room was like a magnetic pull. They would want to go in. And that is why the other person was there always to stop them. And then one young, foolish man decided against all advice that he would spend the night in the room. And people pleaded with him, scolded him, shouted at him, screamed, fought him. And he said, no, I will spend the night in the room to rid us all of this superstitious rubbish. And he went in that room. The door, without any human being touching, closed behind. And they all waited. And they all waited until about 6 o'clock in the morning. And from that room, there was the most horrendous, soul-destroying scream. They all rushed up the room, and they opened the door. Nothing there at all. No sign of the young man, except a pungent smell of animal and brimstone mixed together. And the story was printed in the paper and people came to hear about it. And eventually it got to the ears of one of the great Jesuits. Was an exorcist, and he decided that he would go to this room and he would attempt to exorcise this evil, this presence, this prince of darkness, whatever it might be, was in that room. And again the people pleaded. They said no, and said, no, I shall do it. And he arrived, entered the room, and the door closed behind him. People sat downstairs by a fire. They waited. And the clock, large grandfather clock, ticked away the time. Quiet. From upstairs they could hear the priest praying. They smelled the incense. And at about 4:30 in the morning, they looked at the dog, asleep by the fire. In his sleep he had begun to growl. And as they looked at him, the hackles on the back of the dog began to rise. And he gave out the most baleful of hung-like howls. And from the room upstairs, they heard the scream.
watching him the whole time. I didn't leave. Went away again for almost 2 years. He saw me and I slept very soundly under which I had thrown out topside after the last night. I wasn't afraid to leave him again. I couldn't stop myself from waiting for him. I could not get the man out of my thoughts. I did research into the company that owns the tower, and I knew with concrete certainty the man did not belong. My suspicions about him began to grow. I researched nearby airports, and he didn't belong to them, or at least no one who looked like him that night. But I felt certain that somewhere, someone would know him. I found his family in Topeka. The address on the missing persons log was still current. He had a wife and 4 children, and he was loving and he loved deeply. He had vanished on the way to his car one morning and hadn't been seen since. The night he came back, I was reading, pretending that I was choosing to stay up, and I saw the orange flag out of the corner of my eye. He was back, illuminated on the radio tower by the light of the moon. His orange flag stood out like moonlight, and I grabbed my binoculars and my other hand gripping a pen. I waited until he reached the end of the message and started over again. He raised his arm as if to signal 10 o'clock. I wrote down the letter T. He held his right arm straight to the side and the left crossed over to hip level. I wrote it down. Left at knee level, right raised above the shoulder, left at the knee. Arms at the side, hand at knee and shoulder again. I wrote them all down. When he started over, I read the message. They're coming back again. Left at knee level, right raised above the shoulder, left till 3. Arms at the side, hand at knee and shoulder again. I wrote them all down. When he started over, I read the message. They're coming back again. Left at knee level, right raised above the shoulder, left till 3. Arms at the side, hand at knee and shoulder again. I wrote them all down. When he started over, I read the message. They're coming back again. Left at knee level, right raised above the shoulder, left till 3. Arms at the side, hand at knee and shoulder again. I wrote them all down. When he started over, I read the message. They're coming back again.
Anneliese was born in Bavaria, West Germany, in 1952. She came from a very devout Catholic family, and they regularly visited church together. At the age of 16, Anneliese experienced her first seizure at school. She lost consciousness, and that night she woke to an overwhelming feeling of fear and dread. Unable to move, she later came to believe that that was the moment that the demons entered her body. A year later, after suffering a similar episode, her mother took her to their GP, Dr. Luthi. She was diagnosed with psychosis caused by epilepsy. By 1973, Anneliese became depressed and withdrawn. She began to hear knocking sounds emanating from inside her closet and on her walls and ceiling. She returned to Dr. Luthi, and there she told him that she was having hallucinations. She said that she could see the devil's face everywhere she looked, and hear demon voices whispering in her ears. According to Anneliese's mother, Dr. Luthi advised them to see a priest, because he believed that Anneliese was suffering from a demonic possession, an allegation that Dr. Luthi later denied. She was diagnosed as neurotic by a psychiatrist, and her epilepsy was confirmed, and by the summer of 1975, she was suffering from extreme insomnia. She refused to visit church anymore, insisting that even trying to enter through the doors was just too physically painful. She would rip her clothes from her body and lash out at her parents and her sisters in fits of rage. For a period of 67 sessions, 42 of these sessions were recorded, and these audio tapes are intensely disturbing to hear. During these sessions, Annalisa revealed that she was possessed by 6 demons. She would scream, and her body would contort when she was sprinkled with holy water. By May 1976, the sessions had become even more horrific. Annalisa was now refusing to eat anything. She had started to self-harm and had to be restrained because she bit holes in the walls and smashed her head through a window. Silence finally fell over the house on the morning of the 1st of July 1976, and Annalisa was finally at peace. She died from dehydration, starvation, and sheer exhaustion from the torture that her body had been put through. At the time of her death, her body was in a horrific state. Her knees were smashed and broken. She weighed just 68 pounds. She had open sores all over her body, 2 black eyes, and her mouth and nose were raw. A criminal investigation into her death began, and her parents, Father Hunt and Father Renz, were charged with negligent homicide. The trial lasted for over a year, and the prosecution insisted that Annalisa was suffering from a mental illness, and that medical intervention should have been sought to avoid the resulting starvation of Annalisa. However, the defense insisted that Annalisa had the right to refuse medical treatment, and that they had eyewitness testimony and recordings that would prove that Annalisa was suffering from demonic possession. The judge found the defendants guilty and sentenced all 4 of them to 6 months in prison, which was later suspended. Annalisa Michael died on the 1st of July 1976 at the age of 23. Her frail body had endured the physical trauma of 67 exorcism rituals. The judge found the defendants guilty and sentenced all 4 of them to 6 months in prison, which was later suspended. Annalisa Michael died on the 1st of July 1976 at the age of 23. Her frail body had endured the physical trauma of 67 exorcism rituals. The judge found the defendants guilty and sentenced all 4 of them to 6 months in prison, which was later suspended. Annalisa Michael died on the 1st of July 1976.
We wanted to find some haunted places to explore, so we asked a couple of locals, and there were a bunch of kids around here. We asked them, we were like, hey, is there anywhere to go? And then they were like, yeah, Ratakinwa. It's like really haunted. There's actual ghosts there and everything. Like people in this town have actually seen ghosts there. So it is, I think 10 o'clock right now.